You hold the club, not important at all. Just grab it however you feel comfortable. All right. When you get down there, make sure that you're thinking about all the problems. All right. See the water, see the bunker, think about it. All right.
NFL's
Look at the
ring,
gallery.
Taylor Swift,
Who could you hit? Right? And then it's just a matter of just swinging the club, just getting up top, thinking about where it's at, thinking about what it's
getting your hole,
swinging through.
Go to your hole.
Go to your hole. What's up, everybody? It is Friday, so you know what that means. It is time for Word on the Street. So excited to have the street crew with us today. We've got to mix them around in there, get them leveled out. Good to see everybody today. We are going to be playing some golf in Vegas. Manifest is coming up this week. But before we go any further, let's introduce the crew coming to us from Chicago and a new daddy again. Give it up for Mitch Kowalewski in the house.
What's up? Happy Friday.
What's up, brother?
Happy Friday. I'll see you at Manifest next week.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Good to see you, man. Congratulations, my friend. We're going to talk about that later in the show. Lots of good stuff there. Super excited to hear about that. Also coming to us from Chicago. We had a strong Chicago contingency today. I don't know what the deal is. You know him. Strongest man logistics. Robert Bain in the house. Dude, Vegas is coming up, man. We've got some things to do. We've got some pictures to take. We got some restaurants to visit.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna see if I can somehow hijack the audio system at Cedars Forum, and when I'm coming down the escalator, that's gonna start playing.
That would be epic. That would be epic.
I'm gonna bring my I'll bring my JBL, man. We'll make it work. We're gonna make this thing happen.
The old boombox, just hold it behind me,
love it.
Bring your
I
iPod.
Absolutely love it. Dude, also coming to us from Chicago today. My goodness, what is the deal? You know him as the bus man, Rob Bussy from PWS Logistics. Oh, nice. Coming in strong with the golf game. Very nice. Love it. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Good. How are you guys? Congratulations.
We're doing great.
To, everybody.
There's a lot to congratulate.
There's
a lot to congratulate. I know.
We got Coleman. We got you. We got the new logo. We got everything.
I know.
We got new babies.
We got new dads. I know. A lot of stuff.
Rob, we got to see Taylor this week.
I know. That's impressive. I know. It's all good stuff. All right, we got to go East Coast, Coleman. We got to go East Coast. Coming to us from the Massachusetts area, our friend McNutt, Kyle McNutt in the house.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Yeah, can't complain. Doing some fun things over here on the east side. But
hey, you're dressed normally. You got normal clothes on. Always appreciative of that. It's good.
What I got?
Nice. Yes. Look at that. Look at that, everybody.
Morgan, you should have warned me.
It was tempting. I got to say, it was definitely tempting. All right. Hey, also coming to us from the New England area, from New Jersey, the Bodacious Cowboy with the best swag in the industry now. What a post. Hot post. Give it up for Jeff Dickinson in the house. Good to see you, my friend. As always, the beard is coming back.
Check this out.
I know. Look at this.
Badass or what? Look at that, guys. Look at this. Yeah, baby.
Oh, that's hot, dude. That's sweet.
That is dope. That is
sweet. Listen, here's the moral of the story, everybody. If you're the squeaky wheel, you definitely get the grease. Jeff's been asking for swag for a while now. We got it. We hooked him up. Got it, man.
I got it.
It was worth the wait, wasn't it? Totally worth the wait. Love
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And coming to us from Denver, Colorado, the VP of Operations at Beta Consulting Group and one of the architects of the new rebrand, Coleman Ruffin in the house.
Are you working? What kind of work do you do?
Little preview for some swag that people will get at Manifest too. Gotta throw it out there. Got some stickers for people.
It's hot. We got some we got some things on the horizon for Vegas. I got to say this. This is the first trade show that I've been to where I didn't have to go by myself for the company. So now Coleman and I get to go together at this event, and we've gotten a little creative. We've got some stuff up our sleeve, I should say, for Manifest. So it's going to be a great time. Looking forward to that. Ooh, Nate Johnson, thanks for watching, buddy. Can't wait to see you out in Vegas as well.
There he is.
Good to see you, man. You made it over to YouTube. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. But you've made it over to YouTube. We are live on YouTube exclusively from now on moving forward. So very excited to build the channel, centralize all the content. We're going to have episodes of The Edge, of Standing Up, and We're on the Street. Yeah.
You got to say smash that subscribe button. Otherwise, people don't know what to do on YouTube. Come on, man.
Smash that subscribe button. I love it.
Smash the subscribe.
See, this is why I need you in my life, Kyle. Stuff like this, it's important.
So I already put it in the private chat, but I do got to call out Jeff. So how are those new minimum insurance requirements treating you in New Jersey now, man? they doubled it. It's $750 nationwide. Now it's $1.5 million minimum insurance for in New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, Governor Murphy. We love you, buddy.
I did not realize that.
Congratulations. You passed California as one of the shittiest places to be insured and traveled.
You don't want to live here. You don't want to live here. I mean, look at
it's so good.
In America to live is New Jersey, one of the top 5.
Oh, I love it. All right, good to see you guys. Hey, we got a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, our good friend Kevin Hill could not make it this week as well. We're gonna have to, I think he's still recovering from last week. We'll just have to see what happens with that, and if we get a chance to see him again. But we do have, I believe, we have another graphic, BrushPass Research graphic. Do we or do we not? Let me see if we have one of these. I love the data sets that he's putting out. Have you guys been following him on social media? What he's been putting out?
Yeah.
Yep. He's promoted to being on Word on the Street this week.
I know he was supposed to be, and then he couldn't make it. So I know we're gonna promote him every week till he shows up. That's what we're gonna do.
He put up a graphic about the loads per day in the top 1,000 brokerages around the country. It was super interesting.
Yeah,
to see load counts and then you start to extrapolate out where revenues are at and where they could go as the industry kind of moves forward here in 24.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the research that he's putting out, the data set he's putting out. And it's easy to get that data and subscribe to it, as well as a list of brokers, especially if you're a tech company and need to know who to talk to in the industry who could potentially benefit from your product. So make sure you reach out to BrushPass Research. Let them know you heard about it right here on Word on the Street. I think we get credit. I don't know. We might. Could be. It's good stuff.
We just like Kevin
out there. We just like Kevin a lot. Exactly. So a big fan of Kevin, and excited to see him real soon. I don't know if we'll see him at Manifest, but we will see him at Broker Carrier Summit. And I got to say, the registrations piled in last week as we ended the early bird pricing, but we still got some promotions coming up here in the month of February. So if you haven't signed up just yet, keep your eyes and ears open for that. Go check it out at brokercarriersummit.com. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a great event.
Kyle put out a new twist on our challenge trade. I don't know if you saw that yet.
I have not. Did you put that on LinkedIn? I've been a little busy today working.
It was on LinkedIn. So he mentioned something about my announcement that's coming on Monday. So, preview of that. It is going to be big, very huge, very bigly.
Huge.
He asked if it was going to be, if I was going to do a pose down and be all oiled up and greased up at the Broker Carrier Summit, which no one wants to see this greased up pig. Very hairy.
First of all, let's pull the audience. We're on YouTube now. I'm pretty sure people want to see a beefcake greased up. I want to.
So Kyle and I kind of collaborate on that during the comments that if we get to 750 versus me shaving my beard on stage, Trey will wax my chest on stage.
Oh goodness. Man,
okay. And
come on, let's go.
Close down.
Let's go.
I would be asking. You might have some people asking for refunds on the tickets. Hold up on that one.
Yeah.
No, dude, we're gonna have to. First of all, we're gonna need to bring mops
because
the floor is gonna be soaked. Okay, remember that. Second of all, we're about to have a big demographic.
You got to yell at Kelly
people coming. Yeah.
Well, listen, I'll say this.
This opens this up to a completely new
Kyle
demographic of audience.
Yeah.
Think about it, Mitch.
So-
There's money to be made. Just
No,
like the NFL brought in, manufactured the Taylor
I
Swift,
do respect
Kelsey,
this.
Travis Kelce.
Kyle's creating
We're
a
doing
pipeline
something
for
to bring in the
future
email
events.
audience.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Trey's
I
all a
think
women's in
Kyle's
truck, and I'm
beard
helping
is
out.
Beard.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
right. First of all, I can tell the passion. We got to stop talking over each other, but I can see the passion just pouring out and oozing out right now. I'm just going to say this. There's a difference between Robert Bain's body and like Dwayne Johnson. I'm just not going to lie. I've seen Robert Bain without a shirt on. There's a lot of hair there. I don't know. I'm not sure that I want to be a part of that.
I look a lot closer
Brag
to
'cause you
Jason
share
Kelce
a
than
bed.
Travis Kelce. We'll put it that way.
All right. We'll see what happens. But listen, make sure you go to brokercarriersummit.com. Join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of this. So it should be a good time as well. Some business that's going to happen. And a few surprises coming your way as well. Some great speakers on the stage. So it's exciting. Make sure you use the code, I think it's BETA, B-E-T-A, and you get 10% off still. So use the coupon code BETA and get 10% off. All right, it is time for our segment, What's the Word? Sponsored by our friends over at Thai Software. Going to see them in Vegas as well coming up soon. And they send over some great swag. Listen, if you're a broker out there, your business is a complex web of processes and technologies that must work together to maximize your team's potential. And you need a partner who truly understands freight brokerage and your specific needs. So make sure you reach out to them over at Thai Software. You can connect with them on the link that's in the show notes, or you can go to bit.ly/Thai-software. And you can get connected with them. Let them know that you heard about it right here on Word on the Street. Love our friends over at Thai. Their swag is pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. They sent me this beanie last week. I've worn this 3 or 4 times already this week. So good swag travels, everybody. Don't forget that. If it's well designed, functional, and high quality, people will use it for sure. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, we got to talk about the Chiefs, everybody. I mean, come on. We got to talk about my Kansas City Chiefs getting back to the Super Bowl with a win at Baltimore. I'm pretty excited. Were any of you surprised by the outcomes of this weekend? The Chiefs winning, the 49ers winning, a rematch of Super Bowl 55. What do we think?
The Niners,
This
no.
is literally
The red team's going to win.
The red team's going to win. I love it, Jeff. Taking a risk. Taking a risk.
What I thought was interesting about
All right,
the
the
Chiefs
Chiefs
winning,
gonna
and I had this conversation with my daughter's boyfriend, was because he's a big football player, and we're talking about the games. And there is a mystique around the Chiefs that now teams do have to get over. I don't like to admit it, but it's true. It's very much like, are you the one who's going to take down Tom Brady? And yes, Eli Manning did, but nobody else did.
Right.
Are you the one who's going to take down Mahomes, who's been to an AFC title game in every one of his seasons as a starter? I mean, whether you like him or not, whether you like him or not, that's a bad man right there.
It is.
It is.
And you can see, especially as the second half went on, you look at the things that happened with the Ravens. 2 end zone turnovers, one as you're diving in. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that's not refs. That's not a script. That is
defense.
There is an aura around the Chiefs.
Yeah,
there is an aura around the Chiefs, and I'll give them that.
Yeah, defense.
Well, I'll tell you what I think is true is that I feel like teams are playing differently because Pat Mahomes on the sideline. We saw that with Josh Allen. He played differently. They were just trying to keep the ball away from Mahomes. They weren't even trying to score really. They were trying to keep the ball away from Mahomes, and they were down. That's like walking Barry Bonds. That's like walking Barry Bonds with the bases loaded. Like you're clearly doing something you would never do otherwise. Yeah. I feel like we saw that with Lamar. Lamar was doing things that he wasn't doing all season. When he was running, he wasn't trying to beat the guy to the end zone. He was trying not to get hurt. Like it was weird. It was kind of weird watching that play. So I think there's kind of a mystique, and they've definitely earned that. But what's crazy is some of the stats: 6 straight AFC Championship games that they've competed in. They've won 2 playoff games in 5 straight postseasons, which no team in history has ever done that. That's pretty impressive. And here they are back in the Super Bowl and against the 49ers. Now, this is interesting. If the Lions had made it, I would have felt really good about the Chiefs. But now it's the 49ers. They're a good team, and they want revenge. So that's a dangerous opponent.
Yeah,
so we'll have to see kind of what happens with that.
You know what's really unique about it is Kelce has the all-time record over Rice now, which is unbelievable.
I know. Most catches in playoff history. And they showed the stat, too, about Kelce. Kelce's played in 17 postseason games now, and his postseason resume is like out of this world in terms of what his production has been.
It's like a top 5 season of all time.
Right. I mean, these players, their production goes up in the playoffs. It kind of reminds me of Derek Jeter, who's a 300 hitter, but in the playoffs in the World Series, he was a 380 career hitter. Like that's crazy. That's some really that's intense
winners
production
win, baby. Winners.
Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Oh.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights.
What's up,
he just
brother?
wants to be heard.
How we doing? Happy
How are you
Friday.
doing, my friend? Coming to us from the Boise area.
That's good. We're in the 40s and 50s right now. It's awesome. It's been super
Oh,
cold.
man.
Now it's warm. So
Lucky you. We're about to go to Vegas and it's about to turn cold again. We're not happy about that. That's not going to be good. That's the only bad part about this.
It's always hot in Vegas, Trey, if we're there.
That's true. That's true.
You guys think that Taylor will have enough headwinds to make it back in time? I'm really stressed about this.
Did you guys see the social media post about all the Taylor Swift connections to the Super Bowl? Have you seen this?
Yeah, the 13
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
crazy.
it's Super Bowl
Pretty
58. 5 plus 8 is 13. They're playing the 49ers. 4 plus 9 is 13. The game's being held on February 11th. 2 plus 11 is 13. If she comes back from Tokyo, it's a 13-hour flight. It'll be her 13th game of the season that she's been to. What is going on? It's crazy. What's going on?
23 all over again.
Thing is rigged up. All right, so Scott, I got to ask you, man, you're a West Coaster over there and this 49ers fan. You got to be excited about the 49ers being back in the Super Bowl.
I am super excited.
Dude, that first half must have been
many text
emotionally
messages.
rocky.
Hey, I need to know where so again, I don't know if I told you this the last time is because I didn't have my hat on, my 49ers hat. And it's only weird if it doesn't work, but after the halftime, I was like, babe, I don't have my hat on. I went to the closet, put my Snyder's hat on. I came back, and guess what happened? You know what I'm saying?
We're taking credit for this right here on Word on the Street. We're taking credit for the 49ers making it.
I told her, I told everybody on the sales floor, I was like, it's only weird until it doesn't work. So I'm going to come in. Come in with the hat.
I think that was in Silver Linings Playbook, wasn't it? I think that phrase was in that game with the big Eagles fans. I think it's in there. Yeah, very good. So you got to be stoked that the 49ers are back in. How are you feeling going up against the Chiefs?
It's going to be a good game either way. I'm going to enjoy watching it. It is. I mean, Purdy's got a lot.
Sounds like he thinks he's going to lose.
Mahomes.
Scott thinks he's losing. Hear it now. Scott's coming out saying we're going to whoop these Chiefs' butt.
You guys
like
Purdy. I saw a really awesome stat that I was going to save, and so I can present that about Purdy. And it's like, hey, the two quarterbacks. The one quarterback's done this, and this, and the other one is Mahomes. So it's like.
I mean, it's an interesting matchup. It's Mr. Irrelevant versus the chosen one. Like, this is a really interesting matchup.
It's a rematch. Yep, different teams. George Kittle, the tight end for the 49ers, they have mic'd him up from Super Bowl 55 saying, I will be back. They're not going to get the best of me, and I will be back with a vengeance. Like, you know that they're playing that on repeat. That thing's on loop. There's a lot of good storylines, but it's interesting, Scott. You don't have the confidence that you normally have, even though you guys are 2.5-point favorites.
I think we're fine.
Meanwhile, Trey's swagging along over here. Throwing every Swift number quote he can.
It is the mystique, man.
It's the mystique. Yeah. It's like Brady. Like, you can't really talk trash until you beat him. Yeah, you can't talk trash till you beet them. That's kind of
I mean, I'm willing to wear something if they lose. You know what I'm saying? If you want to send me something.
Average $2,000.
I already have greatest pitch. I got pitch slapped this week, and it was literally like, hey, you want to make a wager? You tell me what team's going to win. If I win, I'll give you a $75 gift card to I was going to say OnlyFans to Fanatics. But if I lose, you're gonna sit down and have a meeting so I can show you what I have. I'm like, yeah. So
nice. Using it for the sales tactics.
I like that. And pasted it and sent it to all my BDRs.
That's huge. Okay, so Scott, listen, we have to in front of all these witnesses here, real quick. We have to make a wager for this game. Then I think it's on. Yeah. I mean, I've got a Mahomes jersey. I'll gladly send it your way if you're willing to wear it. Do you have some 49ers swag you can send my way? Mm-hmm. If you guys
order it and send it, yeah.
This is the Super Bowl. No, we got to do something bigger. Loser leave show. We got to go WWF style, attitude era. We'll go crazy with it. Let's have some fun. Not I wear a T-shirt.
If you smell.
All right, so we'll
on the next show.
All right, so Scott, listen, between now and next Friday, we're going to come up with a wager that's worth talking about, and we're going to talk about it on next week's show, and then we're down. We'll see what happens. It's going to happen. Also, Scott, listen.
Hair out.
Ooh.
You got to grow out the Costanza.
Yeah. I like where this is headed. Already.
No pun intended.
30.
And then does he have to get the
Late.
Mahomes perm with it too?
Oh, yeah.
That could be.
I mean,
Oh,
That's like a 3-month bet, dude. That's like a 3 because it's got to grow out long enough to be able
It's
to
the
perm it,
Super
man.
Bowl. It's not about where
badass
he's
bet.
I'll have to find the picture. The last time I grew it out, I was in Iraq, and because I didn't see my wife for 3 months, and it was it was so bad up here. It was horrendous.
We need pictures. We need receipts.
If the Chiefs lose, Trey has to do a power hour on the show. Shot of beer every minute, and we just see how drunk Trey gets.
I don't think that'll go well.
Come on, it'd be hilarious. You thought it was amateur hour when he was sober.
Yeah.
It'll be natty
only.
light, so it'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Trey's
Oh,
throwing
well,
up
at least-
15 minutes in.
At least I don't have to drive anywhere afterwards, so we'll see if we can make that work. That can be pretty crazy, but we'll come up with something between now and next Friday. Oh, also, Scott, listen, man, there's going to be Super Bowl activities in Vegas next week at Manifest. Are you coming to the show? Can we get you last minute to come to the show? Let's go.
I'm not.
I
mean, sorry.
You're gonna miss out on like meeting George Kittle and Brock Purdy or something.
sorry.
I bet Debo's gonna be there.
He's like, no, not coming.
No.
It's not in the budget. Sorry.
Not in
not
the
happening.
hell would I
TIA,
ever
I
show.
put TIA in the budget, and so
Scott,
once that's
what
approved, solid.
What if Trey offers his bed? He's always willing to share beds with the workers on the street. The crew can always join Scott.
Hey, go to
So
free.
one of our directors. He's been working here probably about 6 months longer than I have. By the way,
He shared the bed
next
with
month
Trey?
I'll be 10 years in the industry, so that's some accolades. What?
Congrats.
But he's a huge Niners fan. Like, he grew up in the Bay Area, went to like all the stuff, and he texts me right when they won. He's just like, road trip Vegas Sunday or Saturday. I'm like, no, I don't want to be in a car. Idaho, that's like a 13-hour drive. I don't even.
That's
Okay, so
there's no
real
straight
talk though. If
shot.
no one's ever done that,
Scott, where are you watching the game?
The drive from Idaho Falls to Vegas is it's 600 miles straight down I-15. It is some of the most beaual driving you will ever do.
That's true. That's
That is
true.
true.
That's true. All right, so Rob wants to know, Scott, where are you watching the game from? You guys having a party?
I got text for 3 different ones. I got to talk to the wife and see which one she feels more comfortable at.
Are you gonna wear your hat?
Points. Go for the points.
I'm gonna bring my hat. I better wear it.
Oh,
So
bring it. Yeah,
You should.
bring it. Just see.
the last time
they
they were in the Super Bowl, I was actually in Vegas to watch it with some of my Army buddies, and I went down on the betting floor, and I got conned into buying one of those big chains with the big S, and so I'm gonna wear that. So
Scott, I'm
I'll wear
thinking
it.
some live stream on Instagram on game day is also necessary. We need to do a little live stream, you and I, on Instagram. That'll be fun. We'll knock that out.
That'd be super fun.
That will be a good time. We'll have a good time. We're gonna have a little party here at our house. We'll have some friends over for the game, so it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be rocking. We'll have a good time with that. But yeah, so got the game coming up. Super Bowl 58 Sunday, 2 Sundays from now, February 11th at 5:30 Central and 4:30 Mountain. If you're out there with Scott, it's gonna be a good time. Looking forward to that. All right, let's talk about some industry stuff. Man, we're still seeing layoffs coming up. More people. More situations, more companies making announcements. What's going on here? This seems like, is this first of the year type of business? Is this, we didn't want to do it before Christmas, but it was coming for a while?
UPS, how many seasonal workers do they hire, and how many of those were into that numbers, right?
0. This is the UPS
Really?
number is nearly all office people.
Wow.
That's
See, I
what
didn't
the
look that
UPS
far.
deal-
That's not drivers. This
The
one's
UPS
huge.
deal was not the UPS statement was interesting. They didn't do it yet. They're telling you they're going to do it this year, and they're giving you a heads up that this is going to happen. Versus every other one is this is the result of what we did last Friday, and we're just letting you know. This is different. UPS is saying heads up, we're about to do this. We don't know when, but it's coming.
Yeah,
And let's
you
talk
can see a
about-
major shift in their business structure and what they're looking to do. Yeah, Robert.
This talk about Coyote is super interesting. I'm not saying it's doom and gloom and bad. I'm just saying it's super interesting because the statement, again, Mitch, you probably read, I think all of us read that same article or something similar. We didn't understand the cyclical nature of their business.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
That's
one of the
crazy
most
to think about. That's a crazy statement.
that I read. Because I believe there's also been significant turnover in UPS's leadership since then. So again, you have somebody who was looking at their core business and didn't bother to look at, we've got this $2 billion operation over here in Chicago. No clue what they do.
Guys, we called this from the start. We called this years ago. I mean, this is a suit and tie very traditional company. You punch in, you punch out, you go to your cubicle, you put your head down and you do your job and then you retire in 50 years. And then there's Monster Energy drink on the tap. Kanye West is blaring in the speakers. Those are two very different cultures coming together, right? And I think it was just kind of a matter of time. And it's all good as long as that other culture's making money. When the other culture's making money, who cares how they look or how they behave? The minute that they don't, it's over, man. And so this has been coming. Coyotes had 3 rounds of layoffs, but they're significant. These aren't 30 people. These are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have to pay rent and mortgages and car payments and food and gas and everything else. And so,
but there's an interesting asset that is within Coyote that you just mentioned, Mix, is that culture of that very young, that brash. And like if you go into Coyote's office, I mean the teams are divided up by conferences.
Right.
By the old conferences around the NCAA.
Big Ten.
So there's a young conference or culture there that if say some legacy players that have the resources to purchase them want to infuse youth and excitement and definitely a good technology foothold into their business, there's an interesting play there.
Well, I think the plays technology with Coyote. That's the attractive piece is their proprietary technologies that they're continuing to build. I don't think there's enough spotlight on that, but I think that's a all-in stakes situation there that has to be a separate attraction there. But I think at the end of the day, right, Coyote, this was Coyote Logistics on the Blackhawks game in Chicago, right? They had the ad time on the ice and premium spots, man. This was they were painted all over Chicago many years ago and have slowly dwindled down, but very good people there. Some really solid people. And then, Coyote, all these other companies in Chicago, and Coyote is just another one of them where solid people are birthed there. And then they go out to start their own deals and just continue to incubate into the system. So it's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a really interesting situation, how it's going to work out, what they're going to do with it. Again, their business model, they're realizing that maybe they didn't want to be in that after all. And it's a big shift. It's a big change. So we'll see what happens with that. Listen, we got to pause for a second and just acknowledge one thing. All right. And that is that Rob Bussey's wearing a Cardinals hat, everybody. Look at this.
Whoa.
This is tremendous. That is tremendous. All right. And we need a good
green screens.
I know it's on the set, man. That's legit. We need a good season, man. We've had some rough seasons. Did you see the Matt Carpenter acquisition? He's coming back. I thought he was coming back as a coach. He's coming back as a player. The dude's old, but he's back, baby. So we'll see what happens with that
this year. Last year was a very disappointing year.
Yeah, last year was one of the worst we've had in a while. So hopefully it gets a lot better, which is great. So we'll see if it gets better, but we'll go with that. Also, news in the industry. So I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but we had a bit of a rebrand situation happen on Thursday.
Congrats.
We got some new gear floating around, new logos, all kinds of new stuff. Got some new swag. I had to. So my wife was like, "Are you going to throw out all the other stuff then?" Because I'm tired of all it. Like I got too much stuff. We got too much stuff. And I went into the Home Depot and I bought a storage bin and I put a couple of relics into that so I could keep them for posterity for later. She's like, "Why are you keeping these?" I'm like, "I don't know, but we're going to do it." So
beta time capsule, man.
Swapped everything out. Or is it your face on everything? Your wife's like, "I'm just sick of seeing your face everywhere. It's everywhere, trades." Like,
listen,
how about we do something different?
Tired of it.
I kept my face on everything because that brand still exists. It's just our company brand is now a little different,
The
So
St. Louis Goodwill just got stocked up, man. Yeah.
Show that again, Rob. See, Rob can make faces on the back of his water bottle. He's got my face back there, so he can draw little faces anytime he wants. No, Mitch, you're totally right, dude. Like I did. I probably took 70% of the stuff that I had and I took it to Goodwill along with other things. So there will be some people in St. Louis floating around.
That'd be so awesome to see your face just like crossing the street one day, right?
That would be so cool.
Wait a minute. Where did you get that? That would be hilarious.
St. Lunatics wearing it.
That's right. So Goodwill. Oh, look at that. He's got the coffee mug as well. Look at that.
Hey,
so
Trey, there was something last week similar to that, and I forgot the guy's name, his real name, but the Dwight from The Office is sitting on a plane. I saw
Ryan Wilson
last week. Did you see this? Mm-hmm. And he had his head kind of covered, but the guy 2 seats is watching The Office for 10 hours on an international flight. and he's got no idea he's sitting two
So
seats
awesome.
from the right, right? So that's the same thing.
That's
You'll
so
see your
awesome.
face crossing the street same day, man.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. It'll be on something with like paint all over it. Some guy just bought it just to use a work shirt or something. But yeah, so the St. Louis, particularly the Ellisville Savers store, got a lot of old Beta Consulting Group gear this past week. So pretty excited about that. And I have to say, listen, I got to give all the credit to our team. So Natalia and Morgan, particularly, and Coleman as well, they were all part of that. But it was their idea, which can be a risky proposition for the founder whose face is all over everything to say, can we get rid of this logo and start new? But I'm so excited about how well they did. They just knocked it out of the park. The color scheme, the website's up and running. It's new. The logo just looks fresh. And everybody says the same thing when they see it. What do you see? They see the sound wave. And that's who we are. Man, we're all about communication, messaging, podcasting, storytelling. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, Kyle, let's roast it. Here you go.
How many takes, I
I
just want to know. I want to know how many takes did it take of you guys reading the same line over and over again to like. I just want how many mess ups did we have on that? Because Coleman doesn't sound. Coleman's throwing like he's reading it like his life depends on it. When he's like, Beta, we care.
Well, Trey said if you mess up at all, you're done. So I made sure first take and I was good.
Right. So Coleman's like this. They are treating us good.
Yeah, we are having fun. This is a good time.
I love my boss.
I've never been healthier. I feel great. They're taking good care of me. Yeah, no, it was. That's right. It was.
Coleman, if you count Coleman's Blinkins, Morse code for help.
No, it was definitely. It was definitely a lot of fun. We had a good time making it. Everybody pitched in, and we had a good time. We also threw in we had a little anchor man, that made the video, which I was pretty excited about. So we were able to have a little bit of fun with that, and
he played a major role.
He played a major role. That's true, but it really kind of put it in a fun context and gave it a little pizzazz.
You guys did a great job on that.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that.
Bain got paid well.
Who? Oh, Bain. Oh no, Bain. I was like, Bain's not was in that video. He was in.
Oh, that was my video.
Yeah, he had his own video. I was
He
like,
was in the
Bain
video.
made a cameo. I don't remember.
It was in a
Or Trey,
little
just give me $100,000. I'll do it for you.
I'll touch
Yeah,
on
we missed
that conversation. It was a real conversation that Trey and I had, and it's not an over exaggeration. I mean, that is something that pulled me out of an incredible depression during 2020 when I was stuck at home, my arms all in a freaking 20-pound cast. I thought I was going to do something stupid, and that something off the cuff, which is wild because man, not wrong. But again, it's just something that that's what Trey does. Is every now and then there's those little blips of magic, and I watch it happen with other clients too, and that's spun this whole thing since then.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch.
See it right here, folks, right there, man.
Look at that. That's the work of our own Natalia and Morgan working hard on that. Show that again, man. That's really cool. That's a dope logo,
so
man.
sick.
I love that.
That is so sick. That's perfect, man. I'm running this too. This is great.
Listen, here's what I think we need to do.
Look like anymore.
I think we need to have a word on the street street crew. We need to have a word on the street crew line of merch on our swag store. I'm thinking about we need to come out with that. So that might be in the works.
That's creating OnlyFans. Let's do OnlyFans. Let's finally cut the cord. Come on. We got daddies. We got baby boys. We got every type of kink you could want.
I'm with you on this. Listen, hey, I'm all about it.
You wear that wrestling outfit.
Oh, I'll wear
Word on the street OnlyFans page. Would anybody subscribe to this thing? I just want to see if somebody would subscribe. I just want to see.
No, really?
Yeah. Coleman may have seen enough. He may not participate.
Coleman, you signed up for this. Morgan wrote please in the chat, so I think she's in.
But what did you say, Rob Bussey?
I said we do a 2025 calendar.
Oh,
see, now we're talking. Now we're talking. The ideas are flowing.
How about we do it like a gas rate?
Come on, Nate.
You are like beefy bodies, like with pumps like that.
Looks like Nate's growing a beard or something like that.
Okay. Well, word on the street, OnlyFans channel and calendar. I like it. With some merch to sell. We can blow this thing up. Listen, we've looked looking for revenue opportunities.
We got a partner.
Muscle Tank, and then you can get Strongest Man Logistics on the back, or you do like teddy bears with everybody's kind of caricature on it.
100%
this is what we're gonna do.
Go to get Jeff's beard back. 100% of the proceeds.
Let's partner with a carrier. We'll get gas cards and we'll have like our bodies. So like the drivers, we're there for them. Like Sexy Us is on the car, the gas cards. Come on.
I mean, who wouldn't want that? I mean, come on. I like the idea. So Morgan, listen, I know you're listening. I know you probably don't like this, but make sure you're taking notes. We got to make this happen. We got to make it all work. So we got some ideas coming up. We're just having fun around here. So it's all good. But anyways, thanks everybody for the well wishes on the rebrand. We've been enjoyed that process. It's exciting. And it's just been a lot of fun to see the support in the community. So appreciate that like crazy. Definitely appreciate it. All right, let's talk about some other things that are happening in the supply chain as well. Union Pacific's profits up 1% in Q4 as deliveries rise. What's the status of rail? We're seeing like these things fluctuate. We're seeing the cargo containers with the Suez Canal situation and what's going on with that. What's the status of rail right now? Where are we at on that?
Well, there's only a couple left, right? Kansas City, they're no longer a thing. The CNCP buys everybody that's for sale. So 1% as a result of their competitors is going away and absorbing some of that capacity, I think, on a little bit of that overall. But with the KCS done, that's a big deal, especially between west of the Mississippi down, right? Yeah. And it's a game changer, especially Mexico, cross-border Mexico.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah. It's interesting too. So a couple things, like their revenue, $1.65 billion in the quarter, up just a little bit from the previous year, $271 a share. And they've lengthened the trains. They've been adding more cars to it. So their average length of train increased by 2%. So they're also hauling more freight per load, up to almost 10,000 feet of train lengths. Quite a bit. It's a lot. That's a lot. It really is. But you're right. The consolidation of it, I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we're just seeing that happen. And it's really down to just a few small providers. My one concern is when that happens, it starts to become a you need us more than we need you situation. And it usually doesn't work out in the customer's favor, which is unfortunate because they're in a situation where they could become a well-known and liked brand. I feel the same way about DAT. DAT has the market share on the load board. Everybody has to use them. They're in a prime position to become everybody's favorite tech company, but they just don't do it. And I don't know why. It's just so frustrating. It's a you need us more than we need you situation. And I hate that. So I think that happens too much when you get these situations where it's definitely more of a monopoly or a duopoly type of situation. So we'll see what happens with all that.
That is true.
Yep. And I like DAT. I got my start there. First 4 years in the industry were there and I got friends over there, but just wish that the stories that customers told were a little bit more favorable on their part. So
I think DAT gets industry respect just because of their tenure, but nobody's comfortable trusting one person. Even if DAT was perfect, it's an uncomfortable situation to have one reliable source, right? Internet truck stop, I guess, is there for different things, and I think the momentum of green screens coming in specifically as a disruptor is a breath of fresh air, and it's almost like an insurance policy against the other deal. I think the difference is DAT is saying this is the industry data to make your decision, and green screens is saying this is your own data to make your decision, right? Getting smarter and smarter. So it's completely different, and I think that's the evolution of how this is going. So it's just getting started.
But that's only on one product line though. Right. That's only on one product line though. See, because the load board is still their bread and butter. That's where most of their revenue is through the load board. And that's where nobody is able to really, supplant them from that position that they're in.
Part of the issue is that DAT refuses to acknowledge where they sit in a capacity strategy. I mean, they think of themselves, and if you talk to the folks at DAT, again, this isn't a knock on them. This is look at what reality is. They know they're the only load board of real substance. Takes nothing away from ITS. The other ones, they're the load board of real substance. But they refuse to acknowledge the fact that like the DAT rats exist and people like the people that typically frequent their board are going to be folks that are going to be much more transactional. When you know where you sit in a true capacity strategy, then you play to that and you sell to that versus we're the end all be all, which typically is what they're going to sell to is it's live capacity and that's what you want. It's not always what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and I wish that there was like I love the digital freight matching platforms that are out there, the Parades of the world, and the Neutrals and Cargo Chiefs and all those. I love those trucker tools, whatever. They just haven't matured yet to really take over. They all need the
mothership to bolt on, right? They all need the mommy and the daddy to kick it off.
And it really shows you the power of first to market because DAT was first to market and they built that capacity, both brokers and carriers, kind of proportionally, which is what you have to have for load board. You can't have too many brokers and not enough carriers and vice versa. It's got to be proportional. That's why it's so hard to build. And they were first to market, and so they've just lived off of that for the last 40 years. And And kudos to them for being first to the market. That's one of the rewards that you get when you're first to market in that type of situation. But I just think they're in a position where they could be one of the best brands in the industry. I hope that they take that route at some point where they care about that.
I do want to throw this out there to them. If anybody from DAT is listening, just remember, MySpace was also one of the first to market. Start it out there.
Yeah, you know,
True story. There's always examples.
Invite. I'm still waiting for your to accept my invite, man. Come on, let's go.
Be on the top 10 friends.
You guys would be
The difference being
my music playlist.
Yeah, the difference being that there's
in this industry, you can't put all your eggs in one basket and go to a single source. If you do that, that's ridiculous. You got to take many different sources to make your own conclusion on what you're seeing. It's a perspective, you know.
Jeff, each one is better for different reasons, right? One is better for our own. One is better for whatever. They all have their quirks, right?
Yeah, the best data is your customer's data, nobody else's, because you can use that against them. Either it's working for them or against them, and then you can bring in the other resources that you may look at, maybe not, but you got to look at it all. You just can't say I'm using that sonar, you know, green screens. You can't. You just can't. You need a plethora of information to make a conclusion.
How many of you guys on this are using Sonar as an active subscription or use Sonar as a decision on every deal in your life? Right.
So Rob does. Yep.
We have it as
in a past life.
We don't use that on every.
I'm using a past life too, but it's not a decision tool for me too.
Yeah, half of us on this call are no longer brokers, vendors. So it's not really fair to pull the whole group. But you know, Robert, to go along with that analogy, the reason why that analogy doesn't work is because two things. One, it's a lot easier to build a social media platform than it is to build, a load board, in my opinion. So that's why we have 10, 15 social media platforms out there, and we use a lot of them. Like we have a lot of options with social media platforms now. But with load boards, it's that capacity proportionality is so critical. It's so hard. That's why it's hard to get traction. It's just hard to get traction in that space.
I don't disagree with that, but again, there is validity to the example of that first to market. Because again, MySpace should have dominated, because you look at now what all these social media platforms are doing. You can do your own music, you can do your own customization. All the stuff that MySpace was doing in the past, they could have had this stuff on lockdown, and they didn't. That's the gist of the analogy. Versus, yes, it is harder to build a two-sided market versus just come here and show pictures of your weird friends.
Right. right.
Well, they still do it about poking people you want to hook up with. Remember about that part too.
Poking, yes.
Maybe that adds that. Maybe we add a way to kind of
those two things kind of begat each other, Kyle. So that's how that
works. So this is interesting because I was having kids and whatnot when MySpace went down, and the whole thing is a fog. What really was the downturn in MySpace compared to Facebook? What did it? What was the critical point where Facebook took off and MySpace just couldn't keep up?
Because they couldn't load.
Yeah,
really. So it was like
everybody was doing like their custom backgrounds and custom screens, adding HTMLs into their profile. Well, it was too much.
When Facebook came out around that same time, it was for college students only, right? And then I think when Facebook said your plumber can check out your vacation photos, it changed the game. And I think that just took market share and buried them in the
and I remember that, Mark Zuckerberg's story, one thing that he was just adamant about was that they would never go down. So servers was huge for them. Like that's what they poured all their money into, is servers and development, just to make sure that they never had that. So I didn't know that about MySpace, but that was it. Like you couldn't load it. The customer experience just wasn't as good because they did have a lot of that custom stuff and they just didn't have the capacity to handle it. So that's an interesting tale.
Womp womp.
Tale. Wah, wah, wah. I think we have that trombone effect in here.
We do. I've heard it.
We do. It's in there somewhere.
How much do you think Rob's covering this load for right now? How much? What do you think Rob's margin is on that load he just covered?
Easy G, Rick.
He's not smiling.
Easy G. Rob's the smartest one on the call because the rest of us are on here, but he's like, I'm making money right now.
Rob just made $52.18 on that mute button, man.
Rob's the first class. Rob is the first class passenger of this flight. That's what he is. The rest of us are backing coach. He's up there making money. He's on his computer. Love it. All right. Okay. So this is interesting too. So, we've talked a lot about this in the past. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. Freight Caviar had an Instagram post. They talked about scammers pretending to be shippers. I think we have a screenshot of that if we want to throw that up there, but this is interesting now. So the scammers are now posing as a shipper and as a carrier. They're taking both sides of the equation. So this is interesting because do we have the tools to stop that? Is highway tackling the shipper side now? How do you validate a shipper? Like this is pretty interesting. Is this going to be a trend that continues, or is this a short-lived thing? What do you guys think?
I think it's a trend based on feeding on desperation. If you're working for a legitimate company, you have legitimate vetting processes, specific revenue windows, the way you check credit, you have Duns and Bradstreet. If it's produce, you're using a blue book. But whatever it is, you can put yourself in this trap by not having processes and procedures, right? I think that's what it comes down to. So
we get those we get those emails here, and it happens, but you're not going to bite on it. It's kind of like a spam call.
Well, you're not going to bite on it, Rob. You're not going to bite on it.
They're easy to see.
Who out there is?
Some people will.
He's this load covered.
This is
co-broker
no,
agreement.
people are eager for. They're thinking, I just got a new client. Hey, I hit the gong. I just got a new customer.
No way.
Okay, hit it.
Nope. And
I'm serious. People will do it. Somebody out there will do it.
I'm from the old school approach though, guys, in the industry where like if my customer didn't pay, I didn't get paid. So I was pretty selective on that deal. Or, there's companies where they'll eat into you on the debt of the customer not paying into your, you know what I mean? So companies a lot of times on the seller use them as insurance protection to make sure they get their money.
And that's the reason why you go out there and you get that knowledge, that understanding of every single company you reach out to protect yourself from that kind of crap. I would rather choose, I choose who am I going to do business with. I'll say no to somebody because I don't want to do it. It just doesn't work out.
But think about this. It's just a numbers game. They're going to send out 500 emails and they need 2 people to say yes. They need 2 people to fall for it.
They just want to fill their pipeline.
This does remind me of a call I got last week. I get a call and it says, do you want to move a truckload of Trey merchandise? Or just a truckload of beta merchandise with his face on it. And I thought, is this guy the shipper? It didn't sound right, man. I passed on it. I didn't think
that's you're big time is when people are moving your merch across illegally.
Jeff, you hit on the head. It's education, right? And shameless plug. This is some of the stuff we talk about of the broker care design is like how to spot this stuff. If it's too good to be true, 99 times out of 100 it is.
No doubt. And we all know how hard it is to get a shipper. We all know how difficult it is. It's an art form. Some are easier at it, some are better at it. The quality of freight transactionally versus contracted is very different. The chase to get that customer from enterprise to small business is very different. So you get what you put into it. Period. And
quality over quantity. That's what you have to do. Service over profits. Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Do your homework.
I do want to put a caveat on this though. There are some instances where it's going to seem shady. I think specifically of like a commodities broker.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody else will work with those.
Freight forwarders,
import exporters are another one where there's not a ton of information around them, and they'll sometimes do the blind or the double blind and say, "This is where here is what I suggest." Little freebie here. Go meet them. It is worth the $500 flight, the $600 flight, and a night in a hotel to make sure that it's legit. But then when you show up at Sergey's apartment, you're like, oh no, we're not going to do this now.
I mean, depending on what's on the plate, but yeah.
When you tell them you're going to come there, all of a sudden
Sergey.
Wild.
Where'd your employee go, Trey?
Where's Sergey?
I don't know what happened. He's gone. He's out of here.
Sergey got cold.
He's working on his golf swing.
Nobody was pointing at him, so he's just like, I want to.
He's like,
they're talking about MySpace. It's old man complaining about technology. I'm out of here.
Get off my lawn
here. All right, we do have a game today, so we're going to end the segment. What's the word? Thanks to our friends over at Ty Software. But Jeff, we got a game for you today. You're going to love this one.
Thanks,
all right,
buddy.
so the game today is a kind of an old school game. We're going to play the game Who Said That? All right. So just out of curiosity, we got thinking, what were some slang words from the Victorian era? Victorian era slang words. All right. So we're going to display a vintage slang word up on the banner.
I might have a chance.
And each of us have to give a definition of what we think it means. Kind of like our own little street crew balderdash game.
Jeff said these things. This isn't fair.
He probably can't.
How many time do you guys have?
So here's an example. So the word
Redhead.
bricky. All right.
She's a redhead.
All right. So He's going to go with redhead. All right. So
Rick House. Rick James said it.
A sturdy girl.
A sturdy girl.
Ooh,
All right.
like,
So
thick, as the kids would say.
exactly. So then what we're going to do is then we're going to put up the actual definition. And we're going to see who actually got it right. All right. So that's how the game's going to be played. All right. So we got
Can I get a
6
country or
rounds.
Don't say my
6
name.
rounds. All right. Here we go. Let's try it out. First one. First one is
Wait, what's Bricky?
not Bricky. We're not doing Bricky. No, we're not doing that one. We already did that one.
But we still want
You
to
ready to do that
define it,
one?
right?
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Giggle mug.
Giggle mug. All right. So, as an example, these Miss America contestants are just a bunch of giggle mugs. All right.
Intelligent.
So, Kyle, what do you think?
Intelligent,
Fake
beautiful beings.
smilers? Intelligent,
Big
beautiful
smilers.
beings. Scott's PC. Kyle, what do you got?
Blondes.
Blondes.
Blondes. Okay. I'm gonna say just girls that laugh a lot. So I'm gonna say.
Oh.
All right, Mitch, what do you got?
Brunettes.
I think it's like I've read this before. I think someone that's like a beauty pageant, like you said, or always smiling, like very presentable, but always has a smile.
Okay. All right.
Not,
Rob,
so
you got
not
anything?
Kyle.
Yeah,
Rob, what do you
always
got?
have a smile. I like that one. I'm with
I
him.
think it's probably derogatory, so I'm going to plead the fifth.
Rob, since when are you against derogatory? I mean, the whole roast you gave to me was totally out of bounds. Like, what are we changing now?
I don't know.
Great
man.
card joke.
I
mean,
wouldn't
do you
know.
guys remember?
My roast didn't
Rob-
make the
Rob got-
recap, so.
Rob got because it was inappropriate, man. It was like
Rob's leaving
it was
himself
off the
open in case
rails.
some Miss Americas are watching
Oh.
this. He doesn't want to get in trouble. Rob's playing it smart.
Who knows?
Listen,
It was so
you-
funny.
y'all,
All right,
y'all
so-
don't know.
I have too
Y'all
much
don't do
respect
it.
for women in
Yeah,
logistics
Rob,
to answer this.
Oh,
right.
okay.
He's looking for partnerships.
Okay, here we go. So let's go. So what is a giggle mug? Let's see what the right answer is. The right answer is a
Come on
person
out.
constantly smiling or
Come on out.
grinning. All
Yeah.
right. So Rob got who got that? Rob got that.
Hmm.
Who else?
I got it.
Mitch,
Yeah, but I know
that.
some cokeheads that do that too. So
Rob and Mitch. All right, cool. All right. So you
I
guys are on
got
the
coming
board with
some
one.
experience there, Kyle. Or
Bang got it too.
I call that one.
Oh, I got both of them. I got Bane and Mitch.
Okay.
Who's
said
the
Oh,
other
you
Rob.
know what?
You
Just
said
give
Rob.
everyone a point. Everyone
Robert.
gets
I got-
Robert.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
Rob. So we thought no. Got the right Rob.
I thought he was.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought he
we'll
was
get-
I've never heard him be called Rob.
Yeah.
So it's
We
weird.
can't-
Let someone else
give
win
Rob a
one.
point.
Oh,
We can't give Rob a point. He pleaded the fifth. He wasn't. He didn't want to.
I'm saying you can't call me Rob.
Yeah,
Technically, he
I've
wasn't
never
wrong,
even
though.
heard him be referenced as Rob.
Take it easy.
All right, we
Rob.
got
Hey,
Coleman
Coleman,
back.
welcome back.
Coleman's
Oh,
back.
hey,
Welcome back,
good.
Coleman. All right.
Hey.
Speaking of a giggle mug,
All right.
What's up,
Can you hear
Big
me? Yeah, we hear you just fine. All right.
Speaking of Miss America,
Second round. We may not get through all 6 rounds of this. Got the Morbs. Ooh.
Oh.
Got the
Crabs.
Morbs.
I think I got
Crabs.
this, like,
Okay.
I
Kyle's
think it's
going crabs.
depression, man.
Oh,
Being
got
very
the
sad.
words.
Depression.
Depression. Okay, so we're going depression. All right, Kyle, what do you got? already
you
said
got the
crabs.
runs. You got diarrhea.
Oh, that could be a good
Runs.
one too.
I
got the Morbs.
abdominal
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say you've had several people near you die recently. You got the
Interesting.
Morbs.
I was thinking that too.
I would say
I kind of
yeah,
like
for-
Kyle.
for
It's like, officer,
dying,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. I got the Morbs. I'm sorry. I
I gotta go. I got the Morbs, man. I'm out of here.
got the Morbs.
Anybody else got an
I'll say,
idea? Anyone else?
Just sad.
I'm
Just
grossed.
sad.
I'm
Say
grossed
sick.
out. Grossed out.
Grossed
Grossed
out.
out.
Grossed
Oh, I
out.
like that. I like that.
Scott's going sad.
top of the
All right,
board.
let's hear it.
Let's see.
What does it say? Euphemism describing a person afflicted with temporary melancholy or sadness. Bane, was that you again?
No, it was not.
No,
not
that's
sad.
Scott.
Sad.
Scott got it.
Not only.
Mitch.
Scott got it. All right. Mitch, did you get it too?
I did, man.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
You said
Keep it
seasonal
simple. We're on
depression.
the honor. We're on the honor
Seasonal
code today.
depression. I did
Okay,
say
all right, that
seasonal
works.
depression.
You
You're
guys-
right.
We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. All right, here we go. Round 3. And if you're anybody's still watching this, you can contribute in the comments as well. All right, Chuckaboo. Example: I met my old Chuckaboo at the coffee shop, and we spent the afternoon reminiscing about our college days.
Significant other.
Old friend.
Side chick. Side chick.
Side
Oh,
chick.
Former side chick. So he's like, she's now.
I'm gonna say
cool.
roommate. I'm going
Side chick.
roommate.
Friends with
Roommate.
benefit.
Old
I
friend.
I'm
think
going
it means-
roommate.
I'm going
Fellow
divorce
chicken
attorney.
farmer.
Who came from? was
Divorce
Chuck-
attorney.
Neighborhood. A neighbor.
Divorced attorney. Divorced
neighbor.
Old
attorney.
divorce attorney.
A neighbor.
All right, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. We're on the honor code here. Used to affectionately describe someone who is a good friend. Roommate counts. I'm taking one.
I'm taking
All right.
one too.
I thought
All
it
right,
could be
so I got
someone that helps
one.
with
I
divorce.
consider most of you guys my Chuckaboo.
Okay, Jeff, you got one. Anybody else get one on that?
Just you wait till TIA.
got one.
All right, Rob, we'll give you one, Rob. You got it. Okay. All right, very good. Okay, next round. Here we go. Next round. A Skilla-malink. A Skilla-malink. I tried to impress my friends with a Skilla-malink magic trick, but it didn't go quite as planned, leaving everyone puzzled. Skilla-malink. I'm going to say complex. I'm going complex or difficult. Difficult.
I'm going to say like
I'm
a
going
dad
difficult.
joke.
So I think
I'm going to guess this one.
Sort of.
We're going to
Complexity.
I think this is like almost like gypsy or like
you
street
can't say that word.
hustler or like, hey man, I'm gonna sell you a VCR and you go home and it's a box of bricks. Like I think it's like
It's a bait and switch, man.
Scam. So it's like a scam, like a yeah. All right, okay, let's
I'm
see what
going
it is.
with difficult or
What
complex.
do you got, Bing?
Yeah, I'm going.
All right, here we go. All right, what do we got? It's often used to describe something dishonest or underhanded behavior. Ooh,
Damn.
Mitch.
Nefarious.
Mitch with the scam. Anybody else get it?
He's a Chicago.
Anyone else get that, or was that just Mitch? All right, we're just going Mitch on that. All right, okay. Next round. Here we go.
Last one's gonna be worth 10
Final
points.
round. Good, because we got to end
the
this
last
thing.
time.
Ooh,
My guess
Coleman's
that means the
back.
final thing.
Oh, Coleman comes
Last one's
back.
worth 6.
Or just the winning one.
All right, here we go. Last round. Damfino, example Damfino, where this came from. It's unlike anything we've ever seen.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
Unimaginary.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. The definition is I don't know where it came from. Like
Damfino?
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
It took me a little while, but we are on the internet. I just Googled this like pretty easy. These games are pretty simple.
Damfino, sharing cold pasta.
All right, so we don't. So all right, so we got so we don't know something. We're gonna say
French.
we don't know something. All right. Okay, what do we got? What is it?
Discovered Downtown Abbey or something. Why are we doing this
I know.
stupid crap?
Kyle, if you don't speak in Victoria,
right.
bro, you're missing out.
Why go to all the trouble of carefully enunciating damn if I know? All right, so all right, I'm getting a point for that. All right, so Mitch is the big winner of today's game. Congratulations, Mitch. All done.
There's
Nice
so many
work.
people to thank.
Yeah.
Look, the giggle bug's back.
Give him a round of applause.
Playing
All
with
right,
those
it's
Victorian
time to
creepy dolls
finish
really
out
helped.
the show this week. We got This Week in Pictures. We got a lot going on this week in pictures. We're going to go around the horn here. All right, first up, Scott.
Yeah. So my daughter's 100th day of learning. So I didn't know that was a thing. So she's 100th
day.
Oh, it'd be a thing.
On the right hand side, so there's huge. There's the Jaden DeLuca Foundation is a local foundation that helps individuals with or little babies with like heart conditions, and they have the huge their masquerade ball and silent auction, and then this year they had a whole group of kids who like on a sign, and this is my niece. Because
that's cute.
She had heart surgery when she was like 6 months old. So that was just really cool to see.
How old is she now?
Hey, Scott, is she doing okay now?
She is. She is awesome. She's 6 months younger than my daughter. So they're like best of friends when they get together.
Nice,
so,
nice.
Yeah, she's doing awesome. The scar used to be huge, and now it just looks like a little thing. So
wow.
And then
Got a few more.
My boy turned 18, so
Look at that. Dude,
we took him to
that
some
guy's
hibachi. Yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that kid right
Look
there.
at he got himself a haircut and the little eyebrows because he can do what he wants now. That's what that is.
So now we know.
look at he's got the GOAT jersey. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that covers over a multitude of sins for sure. There's no doubt about that. Hey, we got some new swag here at Beta Consulting Group. We got hats. We got mugs, water bottles. We even have backpacks with our names on them, folks. We're getting serious.
You got
right
Coleman.
here.
Coleman finally got you some dope. Look at those hats. I actually want one of those things. Hold on a second. What did you do? Yeah. Give me the murdered out one. I want that murdered out one and the gray one, please.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you,
Wow.
the black on black. People always want the black on black, man.
Come on, VP of Operations, Coleman. What are you doing, man?
Dude, hey, it's all about supply and demand. You hold it back, make the people want it, and sporadically.
You're smart.
And then you give the rest of it to savers when you get.
Coleman's going with the Beanie Baby philosophy. He's going with the Beanie Baby strategy of '96. I like that.
It's the Reed Laustolo approach to it. You just got to make it scarce, that kind of thing. And Rob, I appreciate it. Rob says I look gangster. I appreciate that. The flat bill's coming in big or semi-flat. Semi-flat bills coming big. Yes. All right, we've got a little bit more as well. So had a little fun this past week. Got to take my daughter Naomi on a daddy-daughter date, which was a blast. We got to go up to Culver's and just hang out and talk. I love these moments because we sit there, we eat, we talk. There's no phone. We don't get on anything unless we're watching maybe like YouTube barbershop together. But that's something we love to do. It's just so much fun, man. I'm gonna miss those later on. Also got to take some clients. I actually have clients in St. Louis for the first time. I took them to the Blues game on Tuesday night. We had a great time. Had a lot of fun with that. So Eric Williams from Ditech, Clark Wellman, our friend from the show here, Peter Jasinski from Ameripol, Brad Reinhardt from WEL Companies, and Brian Obashan from TAB. So I had a great time with that.
Put down the Reese Pieces? You had to sit there and keep them in your hand?
That's what you notice?
Absolutely.
I did. Yeah, I did.
I noticed there's no beer in that hand.
No. I was pounding the Reese's and a Diet Coke. That's pretty much how it works. It's kind of the way it goes. All right, Rob Bugsy, we got some pictures for you, my friend. What's this all about?
Hey.
That's Will Jenkins.
This was Mr. Robert Bain was there with me. I didn't get a picture with him, but this is the Journey happy hour they did on Wednesday. Mitch, I think you would have been there, but you had a good reason not to. So
you had a good reason, Sorry.
Hey, so excited for our friend Will Jenkins and his new company Journey.
Yeah.
Wonderful thing. So good. Is that
Abby in the middle there? I had met before.
Yeah.
I had not met her before.
Oh my goodness.
I've known her for a long time online. I actually did a post about that.
Yeah, it's fun when you finally meet people.
Bane and I were there representing the word on the street. Bane and I were there representing.
Ooh, Nate, good call out. Knows his little freight caviar in the back. Look at this. Yep. Yeah, there's a guy right there. Beautiful. Yeah, very excited for.
Was there.
Yeah, very excited for Will. New company, Journey, just started, and it's going to do great things, man. That guy's a winner. So excited to see him in Vegas here in just a little bit. All right, Mitch, we got something for you here. Look at this.
Yeah. Pretty pumped on this one.
Already has more hair than you, huh, Mitch?
Yeah, that's true.
Give him a little fish. You like a little Maxwell.
All right, tell everybody the details, the name, the weight, the length. Come on, let's hear it.
Let's go.
Yeah, Maxwell was born Wednesday. Maxwell Ann. This is my third daughter. I have two other daughters, and so this is daughter number 3. Really excited.
Yeah, girl dad.
Maxwell's home taking a nap right now. She's already grounded, right? So grounding was today, but man, I'm super excited. Baby's healthy, mom's healthy, family's met the sister, and it's just a cool situation. I'm really pumped for Maxwell.
Dude, Maxwell's like the dopest name for a girl
that is
I've ever heard.
We got some good names. Charlie and Clark is my 2 other daughters, right? So,
dude, that's cool, man. That's
love it. You're messing with every substitute teacher there can be.
Ever. That's right.
Mitch,
Ever.
What's up, Jeff?
Mitch, is your daughter's name Clarke?
With an E, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Well done. Nice job. Hey, not to give a spoiler alert, Mitch, but you might be seeing something in the mail pretty soon because this is what we love to do. This is one of our clients, Dustin Hot Tub Blevins from Veritas, and we sent him a little. Isn't that fun?
That's so cool, man.
His little boy Charles was born in August. We sent him a custom onesie, so it's a VI kid. It's got their logo on the front there. This is the genius of our team, man. I just love watching them do cool stuff like this. These are all their ideas to come up with, and really fun. So shout out to our friend Dustin Hot Tub Blevins. And then we have a little bit – dude, check this out, boys. Check this out. What is this? What is this?
Wow.
That's a big
Who's got the announcement today? Who's got it? Who is it?
Who's got the biggest head in here? It's this guy.
No way.
Yo.
And we are going to have
I saw the smile.
Well.
Hey,
First picture right there. First baby picture. We're so excited for Coleman and Jesse.
It's just going to be on the sex.
It's tight. Can confirm.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, we're about done, everybody. We're going to finish things up. We got to finish out with a few news stories. Congratulations to Coleman. So excited for him and Jesse. So good. Puxatawny Phil declares an early spring. So we'll see if this happens, So I definitely would welcome that. I'm done with the cold weather. I'm pretty tired of that. So
it'd be nice to get
a raccoon.
Early produce
coming from the
Yeah.
Knocked out power in Toronto, everybody. Trapping people in elevators. A raccoon is guilty for that. Do you think that's true? You think what do you think about that?
First of all, they're called trash pandas.
Trash pandas. Oh, it's so good. And here's the best thing we saw all week. We're going to finish with this, everybody. 3-year-old boy rescued from Hello Kitty Toys claw machine in Australia. Can you imagine getting into that? I don't know how you get in it, but rescued from that. I know that's pretty wild.
Did you see
I
the
have
video?
not seen the video, but it's wild.
They made
dude.
the kids face the wall opposite. Like they're like, all right, look at the one. They smashed the back of it, right? So they pressed up against the other wall so they can smash the. It was nuts, like
crazy.
Wow.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching today. Thanks to our friends over at Ty. Everybody have a killer week out there, and we'll be back next Friday with our Chiefs 49ers wager and much more. We'll see you guys later for joining Word on the Street. Take care.
See y'all in Vegas.